Ladies and gentlemen, I am very excited about this week's episode. In the studio right now, Mr. Dylan Belcher, Mark Cheney, and Evan straight out of Compton. Mirrored image. What's going on, boys?
Nothing much.
First, I want to start this interview off by saying thank you for making the song There Used to Be a Rave There. That is one of my favorite songs of 2020, dude. Like, literally, I'm a legit fan. You know, like, that's a great song.
Thank you.
The new album that y'all came out with just a few weeks ago, first off, the title is awesome. Everything Means Nothing to Me. The title track is probably my favorite one off of that. Do y'all
Really?
Man, it's just different. See, like, I don't know. That's what I like about songs that don't sound like anything else. They stick out to me. Mm-hmm. And that's what the title track does with this album. Do y'all have like a personal favorite song off this new album?
I feel like me and Evan have the same answer. Like right now, I think mine's either Jesus Loves Me or Hell. I don't know. Like I'm just like finally getting to scratch the old school emo itch a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. What about y'all?
I don't know. Maybe Faking It or Genetic Flaws.
Genetic Flaws is a good one. I like that one.
That was really weird because I didn't expect anybody to like that one. And I've heard a lot of people say they like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's been most people that have messaged me, at least, about their favorite song. They've mentioned Genetic Flaws to be their favorite.
Yeah.
Was just such a great title for a song. What about you, dude? What's yours?
I'd say Jesus Loves Me or Genetic Flaws. Those are both
So
really cool.
But how do you come up with that's another thing about y'all's music, man. The titles are just wild. Like Happy Toy No Meal.
Oh,
Me and Jake were at McDonald's because he constantly buys toys and crap from McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I noticed whenever it rings up, it says like Happy Toy No Meal.
Like,
Huh.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it says that on the
like
cash
the
register.
Happy Meal toy sans meal.
Yeah.
Wait, so you can
what
buy
happened.
just the toy without the meal?
Yeah. And that's what it rings
And that's what it
up.
rings up as. Happy toy in parentheses no meal.
Yeah.
My mom's a liar. She said that we couldn't do that. I'm on to you. I know better now.
It might just be like an update or something. I don't know.
I'm sure she just didn't want to spoil me even more than I was already spoiled. But and like Genetic Flaws, how do you come up with a name like that? That could have been an album name, man. That's a band name right there. It's just such a good name. How does Genetic Flaws come about?
That one was just kind of taken from the song itself.
But where do you come up with the idea of just like even the words genetic flaws? I know us as humans, we have a lot of them.
Well, just this album is kind of like started out in a really bad place for me, and then so every song on the album is kind of me dissecting a problem that I have with myself or with my past or whatever, and kind of resolving it until the end where over again is.
I get
So I kind of liked it as Everything Means Nothing to Me, because I think that you could look at it from the way that it's like, you know, a really sad point of view, or you could also look at it as a way of letting go.
Yeah. See, like Janis Joplin, how she says, and me and Bobby McGee, freedom means you have nothing left to lose. Yeah. And that's a beautiful way of looking at it. And yeah, the album title really sets the tone. And that's another thing that I love about it is it is so personal. Like anybody that well, first off, y'all make the happiest, saddest music on earth. You know, like I'm rocking out, but I'm listening to the lyrics and I want to cry. But like, do y'all like kind of get like worried though about maybe getting too personal? Like, it's a very brave thing to put stuff so out there like y'all do.
Well, I'm gonna steal from John Mayer. People relate to you relating to yourself. That's kind of what I've always took from it. Is just like, in a way, it's almost embarrassing some of the things you'll put in songs, but at the same time, I'd rather it be the truth and have people feel like they can really connect to it, as opposed to just, you know, writing down garbage and hoping that it works.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Man, and you know, that's the beautiful thing about music. It's of course, and I know y'all have probably had the same experience. It helps people out through really dark times, whether you're making it or just listening to it. It's such a beautiful thing how it can impact somebody's life so extremely.
Yeah.
And what about Barney's song? Like, see, I thought that was about Barney the dinosaur. That's exactly where my mind went.
I want to hear what he has to say about it because, like, objectively, I don't know how you even top that. That's just like really. I'm just proud to have got to play on that. Those lyrics are phenomenal.
Well, you're gonna laugh, but so I was sitting on my couch in the dark, and to set the mood.
Yeah.
And I was watching Andy Griffith. Because Andy Griffith is my favorite show.
It is a great
of all
show.
Time. It's number 2. Twilight Zone's first, then Andy Griffith.
I can respect that.
But I was watching the episode where Barney comes back into town and like they throw together a high school reunion and he wants Thelma Lou to come and like they don't know if she's going to come and all this stuff. And eventually she does show up and they like dance and it's all going well and Andy's like, some old flames there, hey? And he's like, I don't know. And then as soon as he says that, she walks up and she says, Barney, I'd like you to meet my husband. And just the look on his face, I just picked up my guitar and immediately started playing the song.
Wow.
I mean, it was inspired by that episode,
Yeah.
for sure, but I turned it around and made it more about myself.
I would have never guessed you were talking about Barney Fife.
Yeah.
And I don't
Well,
think anybody
me and
would.
Barney Fife.
All right, funny story. Like we were getting ready to send the album off to master, and we were listening. I don't remember if you were there or not. It might have just been me and John, and we had my dad in the car. We were showing him a bunch of the songs because like my parents didn't really hear any of the album until it came out. And we showed that one to Dad, and he was like, "That's really good, but what's that have to do with Barney Fife?" Shout out to Big John.
Yeah, Big John's watching this now, you know?
So, like, are y'all's parents like fans of your music?
Oh, yeah, my mama has everything.
Man, see, like, I just don't know if my mama, if I was in a pop, rock, punk band, whatever, that we'll get into that too, because I don't know how to describe y'all. But yeah, I just don't know if they would be into it, you know.
It's kind of weird. Like I think some mammals do like it. Like what was it, Katie's mama?
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Also shout out to her friend Katie Newman and her mama for sporting her merch.
and I think my girlfriend when we were first talking or something, she's like, yeah, I showed my mama your songs. She's like, she's a fan. She likes more. Like the song more or whatever.
Whoa.
It's just kind of cool.
Y'all, like, whenever all of this craziness is over and it's kind of safer to go to nursing homes, you need to just like do like a full tour of nursing homes.
That would be the coolest thing. Like,
as much as I would want that to work, from past experience of almost playing nursing homes, I mean,
Wait, how'd you almost play a nursing home?
well, not nursing homes.
not
really,
that's
just-
a little harsh, but like what are they called?
A living facility?
like American Legion, like that kind of stuff.
Okay, I get what you're
Because
saying.
we were talking
now.
about like playing acoustic shows there at one point, and we were like, I don't know if that'd fly all that well.
Yeah.
We're gonna be yelling our brains out in the
We
nursing
used-
home almost, and there's just gonna be a whole bunch of old like army vets. They're just like, God, these kids.
Yeah, them probably, they won't be into it.
When we first started playing, whenever Pursuit of Happiness came out, there used to be this place in town called Bob's Smokehouse.
I remember that.
And we would play there all the time. And the staff were awesome. They loved us. But I remember I was playing Hold Me. And, like, there's the big scream in it, like, during the chorus. And these old people were walking out. And they were so angry with me.
Where's this devil music?
I don't know if it was just a matter of, you know, you're sitting down to eat some good pulled pork or something and some kid's screaming. I mean,
I guess I can get that.
Yeah, I could see why it doesn't go together.
Did y'all ever see that one video? It was circulating across Facebook. Like some metal band played at a Denny's one
That's
time.
my
Yeah,
yeah. I'm not even gonna say it because it's gonna get cut immediately. But if you know, you know.
Yeah,
It's so
exactly.
good.
Exactly. If anybody hasn't YouTubed that, YouTube just metal band at Denny's. They caused a lot of damage at that Denny's. It was several $1,000s worth.
Man, I don't know if you've seen this one. This one's more recent. There's another metalcore band. They're playing at a trailer or
What?
something. Yeah, they're playing at a trailer. It's like this house party. And in the middle of the breakdown, their vocalist, he's making a grilled cheese sandwich for himself, like on the stove.
On stage?
Yeah, like I mean on stage, I guess.
Yeah, like
in the like living room, kitchen, like together. Like they're just in the middle of this breakdown, just and he's just standing there frying a grilled cheese.
Didn't Jake say that Gil Manterra's Party Dream like started doing that? Like they made grilled cheese sandwiches and stuff like that on stage?
That wouldn't surprise me. Like if
They are
anybody out there knows
delicious.
our drummer Jake, knows that he's like a massive fan of a band that is no more that I wish would be back together called Gil Manterra's Party Dream, and he went and watched them like 4 or 5 times. And he said they just get drunk and fight on stage. It was like synth pop music. They get drunk and like fight each other on stage,
With
and like
synth
they'd be
pop?
almost naked.
Actually, the drummer for what is it called? The Black Keys?
Yeah.
Black Keys made a record label just to do their album Blood Songs.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, you should check them out. They're wild.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's a lot of vocoder stuff. It's cool.
Hey, I love stuff like that. See, that's what I like. That's what I really dig about y'all's music, man. Because it's you can't be put into a box. I seen where y'all were nominated for best pop on the Appalachian Entertainment Awards, whatever the big name for it is. And a big shout out to them. Yeah. But I don't know if I'd put y'all in that category. I don't know what category to put y'all in though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like what would y'all say that you are?
I mean, pop would be okay enough. I mean, we usually just tell people alternative.
Yeah.
But because I mean, no matter what I do, even if we have a song inspired by the Cardiacs, we're still going to try to make it in more of a pop format just because that's what I like. It's not like I'm trying to, reach.
That's a great word right there.
Reach like more people because of it. I just like pop music,
Yeah.
I listen to a ton of Ray Charles, and the 1975 I think is collectively the three of.
Oh yeah, man.
That's like one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them live. That'd be a great band to see
They're
live.
incredible.
So who do y'all kind of get inspired by?
Oh man, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Like my most recent obsession is Ween. I'd never listened to them in at all. I just heard like Ocean Man and like Push the Little Daisies, and then like 2 weeks ago I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and like it's insane. Like there's everything. It's like you turn on like Chocolate and Cheese, and it's like, all right, you have like Roses Are Free, which I've never heard another song like that. Then you have like songs that sound like Elliott Smith or like Spinal Meningitis or like what's going on there?
Ween has some great song titles.
Oh yeah.
And if anybody hasn't looked into Ween, that's a band that you never hear anybody talk about. Ween, it's such a great band.
Yeah. The 12 Golden Country hits.
Dude, yeah, Piss Up a Rope's like one of my favorite country songs. Like unironically, it's just perfect.
But this new album, man, is wild. And speaking about another one of my favorite songs off of it, and a big shout out to Colby O'Brien. I was saying that this was his favorite song too. He's the reason I actually listened to it. It was the first song I listened to on y'all's new album, the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
Is that how you say that word? I'm dumb.
Yeah. Well.
What is a quadrant?
Well, I'll explain it. It's kind of weird. I try to throw a Star Trek reference in every album, and in Voyager, so they get lost in the Delta Quadrant, and Delta brainwaves are like the brainwaves that control like your sadness and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that's why in the song I say, with these Delta brainwaves, I'm barely even here. The Delta Quadrant is kind of like me feeling like I'm lost and just.
Cool.
All that stuff. I just kind of tied it all into what the meaning of the song was and used Star Trek to do it.
Nice. Y'all put a lot of thought into this stuff, man. It's fascinating because it seems like y'all can knock out an album like that, though. Because, like at the beginning of 2020, I was listening to Prisoner. And like I said, there used to be right there. I was literally listening to that song almost every single day. And it was in no time you're already coming out with another album. How long does it usually take to like pump one out?
Now this one I think was the easiest process because everybody was on lockdown and it was just like, all right, we can just knock out a ton of stuff constantly. Like I didn't work for like 2 months and it was like, all right, me and John's gonna sit around and I'm gonna track acoustic for 6 hours and like hurt my back.
Yeah,
like
but what else do you got to do?
For 6 hours at a time. So we've really we already had like a lot of the scratch tracks done just goofing off, and then we probably got that done in like a month and a half, 2 months, something like that.
Yeah,
but like Prisoner was forever. Like we were between like driving to Dorton and working with another guy, and then coming back to my house and working on stuff and revisions and revisions.
Prisoner was I think collectively, one of the worst times of our lives.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
I mean, I like it because I think you can hear that in the record. I feel like the new record's more reflective, and that one's just kind of really angry.
Like, in your face angry. And, like, that kind of worked out perfect, too, because, like, I mean, I we've already talked about this a little bit, but, like, it's like Prisoner and Everything Means Nothing to Me are like a duology. It's like the beginning of the story is Prisoner, and it's just, I'm mad my dad took my Xbox. and then Everything Means Nothing to Me. It's like I'm sad about it, and how am I going to get it back?
Yeah.
I can get that, man.
Everything Means Nothing to Me definitely picks up where Prisoner left off, for sure.
You can kind of get some very similar vibes from it. Yeah. That's for sure.
I feel like they're polar opposites, but they're both just two different sides of the story.
Yeah. And see, another fascinating thing about y'all is the album covers. Like on this one right here, you got some like Monica Lewinsky dresses on it or something like that. In Prisoner, you had the dude sleeping on the couch. Was that one of y'all, by the way?
That's my couch.
A nice couch, dude. Yeah. And I like even the first one, The Pursuit of Happiness, where you see the ambulance in the rearview mirror. Yeah. What's the thought process behind making these album covers? Because they're simplistic, but they're cool.
Well, with Prisoner, I don't know, really. It makes sense in the grand scheme of things, but I don't really know how to put it into words. I mean, could you?
Do you just want me to drop everything?
Hey, we can talk for as long as y'all want to.
I don't know.
I'll explain that to you later.
Nice.
Right,
okay. Okay, well, what about Everything Means Nothing to Me? Because, like, that... See, Prisoner, like, I thought, like, especially the vibes that you get from the record, somebody just sleeping on their couch, trying to escape the world almost. That's the vibe that I got from it. But with this right here, I didn't know what the hell to think. I was like, dresses, I don't get it.
For me, it's more like... I really wanted the aesthetic of it to feel really clean and like just two colors that are very easy for you to look at it. That way, like, going into it just by looking at it that, I don't know, it's more of a relaxed album in a way. Like, it feels more hopeful to me for some reason, looking at that and just seeing that there's not a lot going on. Whereas with Prisoner, I think it kind of embodies that because there's not a ton of different things going on, but at the same time, it feels like a weird thing to look at to me for some reason. Okay.
I can get what you're saying about the polished effect. And kind of, is that two different colors, or is that the same color dress?
Oh, this is the same one.
Yeah, it's the same. We literally just ordered the exact same one.
Yeah.
Dude, I was about to say, y'all can start a Facebook thing with that. Like, what color is the dress?
Oh, man.
Hey, well, another thing, too, man. I like how y'all, you market your albums, too, all right? Campaign, I don't know what you call them. Just the promotion, I guess, whatever you call it. But how you had a big shout-out to the two guys that isn't here, by the way. Jake Ratliff, and I'm just going to call him Purvis, because there's only one Elijah here. Purvis, all right. All right, watching you, buddy.
There's only one Purvis, to be fair, though.
Hey, true. We can be mutual. I'll respect you. But Purvis, like the real Purvis, the real Purvis thing, that is... it was a little bit freaky. I got to be honest. It kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Well, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good, man. But like, what was that? Like, how do you come up with that as being your promo for the new album?
Well, like it goes back to should I go along with the narrative of we don't know where he is? Should I keep doing that?
Well, he's not here, so we really don't know where he is.
So the joke is we don't know where Purvis is. Like, it just stems from lockdown. Like, Jake threw together a video for Internet Boy. Like, of us just, like, playing in, like, our respected locations. Like, I'm at my house, Evan's in his room, and, so on and so forth. And at the main end we threw in a snippet from the rave video.
Yeah.
Purvis with the whipped cream all over his face, and it just says, "Have you seen this man?" And I out of the blue, we were just talking about it, and we were like, Jake, like, we need to do more of this stuff. We can't get Purvis out of his house. So he just kept making them, and it just eventually turned into Purvis as a robot. And
now it has a whole backstory.
yeah.
But what was in his mouth, though?
Hamburger.
Raw hamburger meat.
I thought it was flaming hot Cheetos, man.
Raw hamburger meat. That's Jake at his finest. Like, you can tell, like, he just came up with, like, old school Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Jake is such a fascinating dude. Like,
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
you would think the man is on some serious hardcore drugs, but no,
He's just high on life.
Yeah, exactly. He's like one of the just total straight edge, one of the nicest, happiest dudes you'll ever meet in your life. But man, he's out there.
He likes some wild stuff. He definitely brought a lot of that into the band, though. So I can definitely say that.
Y'all do seem to like get along very good too, which is hard for especially a 5-piece band.
Yeah.
What do y'all think like kind of keeps y'all together and the relationship so good between y'all?
Mario Party.
Yeah, really. We don't work on anything. Like, we get together and hang out, and we're just like, we'll play some Mario Party here. We'll go hang out over at my brother's house and play Cards Against Humanity. Or
Nothing really ever feels
just
forced.
go get out and go to Goodwill together.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like, and we just kind of happen to luck out and be like, all right, we're really good friends, but also we make music too. Like, I mean, like,
I feel the music stuff just happens.
yeah, I mean, I've been friends with Dylan since I was in like 3rd grade. Like, my mom and dad buy him like Christmas presents and stuff.
That's cool, man.
Like,
Well, like you said, man, like it's not forced, and that's such an important thing, I think, for people to go about any type of creative art, whether it's writing jokes or making music or painting, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you force it, it's just I don't know if you can force emotion.
Well, it's like, Dylan will normally come in with a song idea. We'll work on it. And if it goes good, it goes good. And if we're like not really feeling it, it's like, let's go get food. We'll go play Smash Brothers or something.
If the song doesn't work or something, we're pretty much just like, let's not do this no more.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, like I said, like you can't force emotion, and I think that that's what makes especially good music, any type of good art. But if there ain't emotion there, I don't know what's there. And especially this album right here, like you were saying earlier, everybody can find somehow to relate to it.
Yeah.
It's a very it's a very beautiful thing. So what's next for y'all? Do you got anything planned right now?
We want to get some shows, but obviously,
Yeah.
Time of Corona. It's probably not going to happen this year, but we're kind of working on new music. It'll probably be pretty weird, but it'll be fun.
Like, very loosely, we were going hard on it at one point. Like while we were like working on Everything Means Nothing to Me, we'd like just come up and we didn't have Purvis, so I was just like doing like bass on one hand on keyboard, and then like coming up with like real simple lead stuff on the other hand. And I mean, I don't want to spoil too awful much, and I don't even know if this is the direction it's really gonna go in. But we were getting like lots of like gothy sounding stuff, like stuff that sounds like The Cure. And
well, I'm really bad for. I'll start an album, and then after a few months in or something, especially when we start really early in it, then I have a different idea.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to capture that point of your life and let it go for months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get how some musicians, like you, whenever you made Prisoner, how that you're not those people now. But that album, it was just, you captured a moment right there. And sometimes music can have that too. Like, you ever hear a song and that you haven't heard in years, and it just starts bringing back memories of a certain time and all that.
Yeah.
That's a very beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, it's definitely weird when it's your own music. It's like every once in a while, I don't know about you guys, but I'll go back to Pursuit of Happiness and just like listen to one song and be like, oh yeah.
So how long have y'all even been a band now?
Since Probably like 2016 with
In
the current people.
Yeah, like in this capacity, like writing original music and dropping it, probably about 2016. Like honestly, we were just kind of lazy and kept the Mirrored Image name because we had a page with like 400 or 500 likes, and we were just like playing covers and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's not change it. So then nobody gets a notification. It's like, oh, who's that?
Well, where does the name Mirrored Image come from? I love hearing how band names originate, and y'all have got an awesome band name, by the way.
You think so?
Dude,
We've wanted to change it forever, really.
Mirrored Image is great because, like, you don't know. See, that's one cool thing about art, especially music. Like how I said Prisoner, how I got the vibe that, it's somebody kind of trying to escape life by sleeping on their couch. It's like you can make a song that means this to you, but somebody else listens to it, and it means something completely different. But whenever it comes to a name like Mirrored Image, you don't really know what it means. So it's totally subjective to anybody that looks at your name. They try to figure you out, and they might make their own image of y'all in your head. Like, I just don't get, how does Mirrored Image come about? It's a great name.
I don't remember. I think somebody, what was the thing? The random name generator. I feel like that's probably what happened.
Yeah, I think so.
See, knowing you, I always thought, because I mean, Dylan, like he already said, he's a huge Twilight Zone fan. I mean, I love Twilight Zone myself.
Yeah.
And there's we have a song on the first album, Room 22, and that's a Twilight Zone episode, and it's kind of about that, I guess. And there's an episode called Mirror Image.
Yeah. You know what? Never mind. That's where I got it from.
That's the right answer.
That's what I always thought. And I asked him one time, he's like, "No, that's stupid." I thought he was just messing with me.
Also, while we're on the tangent of that very episode, can we keep in mind that the Final Destination franchise as a whole is literally because of that episode, like corny effects and everything aside, like
for real?
Episode,
Room 22, yeah.
Room 22, the Twilight Zone episode. Go watch it and then think about the first Final Destination movie. The exact same thing, except with like really bad 50s effects. But it's a way better episode. Like the narrative and like the acting and everything's way better.
I didn't know
some kind
that.
of weird director too. So the whole episode seemed kind of.
It's
You know
a
what I mean?
very,
Like it's a-
very odd episode.
Yeah, because didn't the Twilight Zone have like different directors that worked on different episodes sometimes?
I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
But like, people don't talk about Rod Serling enough. Like, he's a genius.
Rip.
Yeah.
Really
Man,
don't.
we're losing a lot of them, man. Alex Trebek gone the other day.
Yeah. Hard.
Dude, I watched Jeopardy try to like just to see how smart I was, but I just learned how dumb I was.
Yeah.
But I still liked Alex Trebek, man, because even though he made you feel stupid, you felt safe with Alex Trebek.
Yeah, it's like watching Joy painting or something. It's like you can't imagine like just turning on the TV and not seeing like Bob Ross or Alex Trebek or something and just being like, yeah, this feels cozy.
Yeah, man, it's just like humble, just good people like that. Even Steve Irwin, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The list goes on, man. Yeah, 2020 sucks.
Yeah.
This year has been, but you know that's another good. That's one. Okay, like the Prisoner album. That's something I was going to say earlier. I get very sidetracked in my mind very easily.
You're good. We're all bad for that.
Yeah. But you know, whenever you have bad times in your life, especially if you're doing something creative artistically, I think that bad times create good art. And especially music, like you know, like the 60s when you had the Vietnam War and the civil rights, all that craziness going on. You had the hippie movement, and then you had people like Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix, and the list goes on of all the great music you got out of that era. Same thing happened with 2020, and the same thing that happened with y'all with Prisoner. Great bad times create good art.
Yeah. You pay for it.
Yeah.
You pay for a good song.
I actually had that very conversation with Kevin Harmon. That's probably been a month or two ago. He was like, "Man, there's gonna be some really good music coming out of this." I really believe so.
I was thinking that same exact thing this year. And then right before we hopped on air here, we listened to the new Foo Fighters song. and I was very disappointed.
Man, like what you showed me of it, I actually really liked. I hadn't listened to anything off the album, but it's very different. I'll say that.
Well, I haven't listened. I've only listened to snippets here and there. I'm gonna sit down and listen to the full song. I just heard it this morning, so I'll listen to the full thing. Maybe I'll have a different view, but it's people like to get creative and go outside the boundaries. Why not? Even Miley Cyrus is making a Metallica album.
Yeah, like
right now.
I don't know. To me, like I feel like Dave Grohl's proven himself. Like I mean, he's already. Everybody knows like he's just great. Like he can do whatever he wants, kind of goof off.
Well,
At this point, I'll give him that.
Yeah,
they're kind of like a modern day AC/DC in a way. Because they kind of make the same album every time in a way.
I can get that.
But it's always great.
It's like you're just like, I want a good modern rock album. You like no frills. You're just like, Foo Fighters.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really good.
Yeah. What was the last one that they done? The gold something.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Concrete, maybe.
Concrete and Gold.
Yeah, Concrete and Gold. Yeah, man, great album. Run. Dude, what a great song to kick off an album
Didn't
with.
they have like Paul McCartney play drums on one of the songs?
Yeah.
He played drums.
Well, they had Paul McCartney on there. Like big people had small parts on that album. They had Paul McCartney, Justin Timberlake, and I think Boyz II Men, something like that.
Awesome.
I didn't know any of that.
But yeah, you would never know that if you listen to the album. You got to like really dive into it.
Paul McCartney's getting ready to release McCartney 3.
I seen that.
Man.
I liked that one album that he released a few, I guess it was a few years ago. Time isn't real.
Yeah, it's not.
Egypt, something to do with Egypt.
Egypt Station.
Yeah, Egypt Station. That was a great album.
Everything I heard off of it, I liked. Like I don't know. I've been going out there and not listening to like. I don't know, the safe stuff, I guess you would say.
Yeah, like
Paul McCartney's gonna be good.
Yeah,
but everything I heard off it, I like pretty good.
So like, what made y'all want to become the style of band that you are? Because a lot of our area is a majority of like, Appalachian folk, country, bluegrass music. Who would have ever thought we had like an alternative rock band around here? What made y'all like take that approach? And did you like think about maybe going the other route just to play it safe?
There's many times that I've told them that we're going to do that just to watch them get very mad. That's always really fun. Because me and Evan had them going for a whole day one time.
Yeah, they were going to start a pop country duo, Dylan and Evan. And
I remember Mark being like, that's just a stupid idea. I'm not doing it. And Herbs was like, we're not selling out. We're not going to sell out.
We're not selling out, guys.
Well, I mean, you got like a good mullet thing going.
There's hair on top, I promise.
It's just covered.
But I mean, like, you like pull off like a Morgan Wallen look, maybe.
Well, I'll go to the barber today, I guess. I'll fix that. I'll stop that before it.
Yeah. I seen like where y'all played an acoustic show. I've seen like the videos online, but like, man, what is it like trying to translate? Especially, have y'all played this album acoustically at all?
Yes, but I actually have the perfect answer for this. Have you ever saw the King of the Hill episode where Green Day's in it?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how it sounded whenever Hank pulled the plug? And they're playing and just going, Saturday. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. It's just not right for us. Like it went all right.
The guy that came in, and you're like, I don't know if this is good bar music or not.
Yeah,
that was good.
Because we did How, and I'm sitting in there screaming to the top of my lungs, how can I love anything if I hate myself? And after the song, I was like, I don't know if this is really good bar music or just awful bar music. And a guy with a beautiful mullet just turns around.
A beautiful permed mullet.
Yes.
And
he
a beer
says,
in hand.
Well,
nice.
I can't two-step to it, but it's all right. That's fair enough.
That was a wild show. I will say that's like, no, it's not the only show we played this year. Like, post-COVID only show we've played this year because it's.
Oh, well, it was Clarissa's, that new place, right? I haven't got a chance to be down there, man, but I've heard
really
good things.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, man, if I was sitting there drinking, at a bar and I heard somebody just screaming about hating theirself, it'd probably make me drink more, so I think that it's perfect bar music, actually.
We're good for the bar, just not good for the people in the bar.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, like, it's weird how many people stuck around. Like, after a while, we just started killing time, and, like, Jake was just like hounding me. He was like, "Man, play some Gigi Allen songs." So I was just running around screaming Gigi Allen songs because Dylan didn't want to do it.
Y'all are the second people to bring up Gigi Allen.
Oh, Ghost Pop probably brought him up, right?
I think so, actually. Yeah. Man, if you're 18 years and younger out there, don't look up Gigi Allen. But if you are, look up Gigi Allen.
Man, have you listened to his country album?
Yes.
Dude, Carnival of Excess is so good.
It's a great song.
I like that better than like any of his punk stuff, honestly. Like I listen to Carnival of Excess like unironically a lot. And, like it's a good album.
Carmelita.
That's a good one
That's
too.
one thing with like Mark, I think, is like if we're in the car, if he most of the time, I mean, there's sometimes you skip through songs or whatever, but if he turns on an album, like he'll listen all the way through, and it's like about halfway, I'm like, all right, I want something else. But we were coming back from a show, and you turned on that album, and you were listening all the way through it. I remember, and I was like, dear God, please turn this off. Like, it was cool at first. He's like, yeah, check this out. And I was like, oh, I can't take any more of this.
God, I think the one that got them real good, we went and watched the Day to Remember last year, and it was Dylan, his girlfriend, and one of our buddies we used to work with. Also, shout out to Mr. Ronald.
Mr. Ronald.
But we were driving from Huntington back to Pikeville, and I was like, I'm going to listen to all of Is a Real Boy by Say Anything, and that's like 18 songs, 21 songs, something like that. It's a lot of songs.
Jesus.
I didn't skip the first song on it.
Oh, I remember one time we were coming back from Cosmic Charlie's, and you listened through Dealer by Foxing.
Oh, God, yeah, I was ready.
Shout out to Fox.
He
And
keeps
I'm wearing a Smedley shirt.
Yeah, there you go. Connor Murphy.
Yeah, that's a takeaway, too. That's like another one of our collective favorite bands. Like, Foxing will make you cry, but just all their music is just beautiful.
I've never heard of them. I'll have to check it out.
They're insane.
All their albums are completely different. Like Dealer's my personal favorite, but honestly, I could say Near My God is a better album. They're all good though.
I'll check it out. What's the name of them?
Foxing.
Foxing?
Yep.
I'll send
It's a
some
weird
links.
name.
I
Weird
think my
name, but I
girlfriend was
like
wearing
it.
this hat one time, and we went to Goodwill, and this like older lady, she's like, I love your hat. She's like, do you have horses? I'm like, that's the album cover, like one of their albums.
Yeah, that's the Near My God album cover.
But what I was gonna say about that, you were listening to that album, and Mark keeps it super cold in his car usually, like to stay awake. So I'm like, I shiver, and I've got Purvis like squeezed here, and then somebody was beside me, something crunched in, and Mark's listened through that whole album, and I'm like half asleep, in and out of it,
Miserable.
and then all of a
Cold
sudden,
and sad.
all of a sudden it switches, and you played Kung Fu Fighting. And I woke up and I was like, what is going on?
Oh, that's another thing. Like the music
dramatic.
memes. Yeah, like the music memes. We were all about Kung Fu Fighting at one point, and like right now, it's like kind of Green Day. I don't know. Like we all like Green Day, but it's funnier to be like Green Day's the greatest band of all time.
Man, man, Green Day, I wish that band would come out with some new stuff. Like, what is the last album they released?
They've been.
Dude, it's been-
what's it?
Revolution Radio.
Yeah, Father of All.
Father of All, and it is.
God, that was.
They like I hate to say it, like they should have hung it up after 21st Century Breakdown.
That was
Like they
that,
were-
that was one that had like Boulevard of Broken Dreams and all
That
that.
was
right?
American Idiot. Like 21 Guns was the big single on.
Okay, 21. Yeah.
If you listen to 21st Century Breakdown, you can kind of hear, like, there's some really good songs on there, but, like, I listened to it, like, not long ago, but I was like, this is where it started to go downhill.
Yeah.
Because you can hear, like, some of those songs, you're like, okay. Or, like,
Yeah.
lyrics, I guess.
Uno, Dos, and Trey just.
Yeah.
Man, it's like it was kind of like the Foo Fighters, like we were talking about earlier. You just do so much after a while. Like, what else is there to do? You've done everything. Besides, if you're Gigi Allen, you just go ahead and make a country album.
Yep.
We need more performers like that
Son
in
of
this
Evil
world.
himself.
Yeah. Do you ever watch any of that dude's like interviews? He was on
Yes.
live television one time, and it was.
Man, if you haven't watched his documentary, Hated.
Yeah, that's Todd Phillips, the guy that did the Joker. That's his first movie.
Yep.
The Gigi Allen documentary.
Oh, whoa.
Didn't he, like, travel around, like, in their tour bus with
Yeah.
them?
He traveled with him.
Dude, I'd be scared to. Like, I would legit be scared to.
He said- do it.
What was it he said? He said the first thing you want to do is get behind Gigi. You never want to be in front of him.
Like, there's a video.
Oh, my God.
Like, everybody. There's a video of a show. Me and Jake were talking about this not long ago, actually. Gigi was playing somewhere. I think it was in, like, Texas, and they were fighting him back. And he just got mad and gave up, and they just stopped playing. and then you just see Gigi pick up a cymbal stand, and you just hear a cymbal. He just goes. You just hear somebody in the crowd just go, "Gigi, no!" And then you just hear like a cymbal hitting the floor. Like you can tell, like it bounced off of somebody's head, probably gave him a concussion.
God,
Gigi, no!
People like that can never exist again, man.
No.
And especially in today's culture.
No,
God,
not at all.
But I'm glad people like that did. Kinda, I guess.
Yeah, it's like I feel like there's stuff that can never happen again. Like Ween's one of those bands. Like they couldn't get big in 2020. Or like Promise, they would never be big right now.
I love Promise,
Yeah,
man.
Promise is great.
I was listening to him last night, actually. I forgot about that.
I went down a Promise hole last week. Yeah, I like my taste in music, man, would just differentiate like by like hourly. Like this morning, I came in here listening to bluegrass. Then I started listening to Tool, and it just it changes like every single hour.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another question that I had for you. How do you keep your voice good from all the screaming? Because like I don't know how many takes y'all have to do for a song, but I'd say it's a few each song. That has to be miserable, man. What do you do?
Well, the last album, I wanted to really make the vocals as good as they could possibly be. So I found a bunch of vocal exercises and stuff and all that. And you do like an hour every day. And basically it's just building up stamina to do it. So I would say that we probably could record for like 6 hours at a time. I mean, that would be probably 3 songs, maybe, not including like harmonies. By the end of that, your voice just hurts so bad, it's insane.
Yeah,
Doing
it's
Jesus
crazy.
Loves Me was the most pain I've ever felt in my life, and I could not hit the last note on it. But I don't know. How late did we stay up doing Jesus Loves Me?
It was a long time. Like there were a couple. It was like we would just dedicate one day to a song because it was like, all right, after that you're cashed out. Like you're gonna hurt yourself. Just don't do it.
Man, yeah, I'd say like if y'all do like kind of a long tour, that has to be painful.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to keep doing the vocal lessons and stuff like that.
What's the exercises? What do you do?
God, it's like I do like a 30-minute vocal warm up, and then 30 minutes of like the exercises, and it sucks so bad. It's just awful.
Is it like that? Like, mommy made me mash my M&Ms, like that stuff?
It's kind of like that, except for the exercises goes hardcore. So there's one part where you have to do like half of it's like the you do that, and then you finish it with real voice, and it gets up extremely high. I mean, it's insane. It sucks so bad, but it works.
Yeah, and if it works, man.
Yeah.
What about like? See, another fascinating thing about y'all, I love the music videos because like they're simple but creative, and it's weird, and it kind of makes you have a little bit of a seizure. But they're cool. They're really cool. Like, how do y'all come up with ideas for how to do a music video?
Really, it's just that random. I think the majority of high school was just me and Jake talking, and at first it was simple, and then it wound up being extremely wild, and then we had to pull it back some.
Like Rave, that was just us just being dumb, and then, like we didn't pull it back any. Like I like the video still. It turned out really good.
Especially seeing Purvis and like in sad written across his belly, and has like that lucha libre mask on.
Yeah, that was our boy Brad. He is amazing. What's his last name?
Brad Bryant.
Brad Bryant.
Great
He's
name.
awesome. He does TikTok videos too. They're
You're
hilarious.
Happy Latcha, and honestly, they're amazing.
Happy Latcha. That's a great name.
They're amazing, and I downloaded TikTok just to watch his. Honestly,
Which Todd Branham. I don't know why I can't remember anybody's last name. I'm so sorry, guys. But he did the newest ones, and we're getting ready to have one come out for Jesus Loves Me.
Nice.
But it's a simple one. It's nothing crazy. Just because we went to do high school, we had a bunch of ideas for different videos, and then we did high school and realized how much work it took, and I was like, I don't want to do this again.
Which one is it that y'all are dressed up like clowns, faking it?
that's
High school.
High school, okay, yeah. That like I don't. I'm a pretty out there dude. Like I can get pretty wild in my mind, but nothing would make me say like, yeah, I want to go to a high school cafeteria looking room and dress up as clowns and do a music video.
It was kind of our homage to the Cardiacs.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out nearly as well as they looked, and they definitely weren't even trying. So that's
no, they
kinda
weren't
sad,
trying at all. But that's another band to take away from this. Cardiacs, they're amazing, and their leader Tim Smith just died this year. Rest in peace, Mr. Tim Smith. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like that also just says something about all of us individually, because we're all like Adult Swim geeks and into like Tim and Eric and Eric Andre show and all that
Love
stuff.
Eric Andre show, man.
That's
all I've been doing like for the past couple of weeks. I've started rewatching all of it on Hulu and then watching the new episodes as they come out.
Y'all see where Hannibal ain't going to be on there?
I don't know if I believe it.
I wonder if he's going to come back before the end of the season, because they had Blanable, and then like I think like the Clone. If anybody that doesn't watch Eric Andre and is listening to this right now is going to have no idea what's going on.
They need to go check it out. My wife hates it. It's hilarious to me. I love it.
In episode 4, Hannibal's brother, it's just this big buff like cyborg looking dude just walks up and rips Blanable's arms off, and then you don't see him for the rest of the episode.
Dude, he says like he films them shows like he goes like a long time. Like you may see only like 5 or 10 minutes of an interview, but he'll really be doing it for like 3 hours just to see like what he can get out of them.
I feel bad for the guests. Like he'll like have it like 110 degrees in the room, and like he'll have like rotten meat in there, and he'll have like shockers in the chairs
and midgets popping out of the desk, live animals.
It's funny seeing people get like mad and worked up over that stuff, because I mean, you feel like you know what you're going and like getting yourself into when you agree to do the show, you know?
See, like I thought the same thing, dude. Like if I was going on a show, I would research it a little bit. But that's another thing too. Like the people that get mad are the ones that are like think they're so high and mighty that I ain't got to research a show. This is professional because they're picking me. Yeah. They probably have that attitude. So it's funny to see stuff like that happen to those types of people. Mm-hmm. Like I love T.I. Like that's one of my favorite rappers of all time. I grew up listening to that dude's music, but he got pissed. The dude coming out of the floor at him.
Dude, the Loopery one got to me. They had the little tiny Asian dude painted green, and then like he tried to sit down next to him on the chair. He was like, "Dude, you get that paint on me, I'm gonna fight you." And he just kept getting closer and closer to him.
I like it like when some people are like kind of in on it though, like how Chance the Rapper was in the coffee cup that one episode.
Oh yeah.
Where they had a flying lotus checking his emails.
He's had like a lot of the rappers on season 5. Like there was one, it was like Machine Gun Kelly. They put him in one of the dollar catcher machines and had him rapping. And then they put a bunch of bugs in there and they go, "All right, Machine Bug Kelly." And then they put him in a blonde, like a long blonde wig, and they were like Machine Gun Kelly Ann Conway. And just a bunch of stuff.
They start like poking him with like cattle prods or something, like just shocking him.
Attack DeMarco.
Oh yeah,
Attack DeMarco.
Yeah.
They had Mac DeMarco on there, and they shoved his face in this guy's butt. They were beating him with sticks.
People out there listening are like, "Is this a real show?" Yes.
Oh, it's a fever dream. It's perfect though.
And yeah, I mean, he gets like some really big people on there too. Did y'all see the one where like he had like the rapper Gauntlet or something, like A$AP Rocky and Earl Sweatshirt?
Like the rapper Warrior Ninja thing.
Yeah, they're bringing that back for this season.
He did it on one of the episodes. He had the Loiter Squad crew do it.
Nice.
Like Taco and Jasper and all them were on there.
Ain't he like bald for this season or something like that too?
Completely bald everywhere.
You know, y'all know who his wife is, don't you? You ever seen? Y'all watch the Men in Black movies?
Yeah.
Do you remember? I think it's the second movie. The girl that works at the pizza place.
Wow.
I'll show her to you. And yeah, man, you will not believe that is Eric Andre's wife. Let me see her.
I didn't even know he was married.
I didn't either.
I'm surprised.
Apparently he's gonna have a kid and stuff too. He was talking about it on the.
How scary is that?
Yeah, like he doesn't need to be. I don't know. Like seeing him like in interviews that aren't from his show. Like he's just really down to earth, and that's kind of terrifying.
That's his wife.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh my god."
Yeah. For anybody that didn't know, that is Eric Andre's wife. How I don't know. Man's probably done good for himself. He does seem to get naked a lot, so yeah, he ain't got nothing to hide.
That's true.
Yeah, Eric Andre Show. If anybody out there hasn't checked it out and you kind of have a low tolerance for very gross, just very bad stuff happening to people, check it out. You'll love it. But yeah, man, I'm really excited for the future and everything that y'all have going on, man. For anybody that wants to check out y'all's music, how do they do that?
Anywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play.
Amazon, Bandcamp, anything. Anything you listen to music on, we're on.
Deezer.
Whatever that is.
I think it's like big in Europe. Deezer, I don't know.
Is that a real platform?
Yeah,
Apparently, yeah.
It's DistroKid covers it.
Ain't there another platform that like is supposed to like going to take over Facebook because everybody's mad? Begins with a P. I was hearing about that.
I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, so there's something going to take over Facebook apparently because of censoring whatever. But yeah, man, the power of social media, such a beautiful thing. I mean, like how y'all done the music video with the Internet Boy. It's creative, man.
That one was all Jake. I had to give him that one.
A big shout out to Jake and Elijah Purvis. It's so weird meeting somebody with the same name, dude. It's not too many of us Elijahs in this world. But hey, boys, thank y'all for coming by today. Really, man, I'm an actual fan of y'all. I love everything that y'all have done, and keep up the good work, boys. It's great stuff.
We appreciate it, and we appreciate you having us on.
Yes, we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mirror and Image. We'll see y'all next week. Boom.